So how do you know which attorney is the right attorney? That's a difficult question, but you can start from the very beginning because most good attorneys are good from the ground up. So when you call the attorney's office, how the receptionist sounds on the telephone and how they act and if they're professional, that's going to be a good indication immediately as to whether or not this is a good, solid law office. The other thing that you can look for is were your calls returned in a timely manner? Were your questions answered honestly and candidly? Or were they all designed just to get you in the door so that that lawyer can get that office? You might also want to go online and read reviews about the attorney that you're considering hiring. It's tough to hire somebody if you don't have a personal referral. You could consider those online recommendations, if you will, referrals. The other thing you can do is check to see if the attorney that you're considering hiring is AV rated. And that's a complicated thing, but an AV rating simply says that judges and other lawyers have evaluated this person and they believe that this person is of the highest quality and has the highest level of integrity. And those are important things when you're hiring an attorney. I'm sure I'm leaving some things out.
Yeah, well, and then let's get to the appointment. If you end up going to an attorney's office to meet with an attorney, ask yourself, did I meet with an attorney or did I just meet with an assistant? Attorneys that are well-versed in personal injury work understand how important it is to sit down and have a face-to-face with their prospective client. In fact, our ethics rules require that before a client hire a law office, the retainer agreement that the client executes is actually reviewed with an attorney so that the attorney can answer all the questions the client may have about the retainer agreement and what the relationship entails. So that's something that's very important. Also, whether or not at that initial meeting the attorney is making any representations about the ultimate outcome of the case, because you know, it's impossible to sit down and tell someone the first time you meet them how their case is going to resolve, how much money that person may or may not be entitled to, and when their case will resolve. And a lot of times, if those statements or representations are made, they're made simply to try to get a client to hire an attorney, and they're really not made for any other purpose beyond that. So those are things to think about. Is the staff at the office friendly and courteous? Do you have a good feeling? Because one of the most important things when a client's considering entering into a relationship with an attorney is asking the simple question, do I feel as though I can trust this attorney and can I trust this law firm? And that really comes down to a feeling. And if that feeling of trust isn't there, the best course of action is to move on.
This message is brought to you by Hennis and Haight.